I did some work for the Bureau of Land Management here years ago. They assumed this area was part of an indigenous village of local Indians. Because of my Indian background, they asked me to go to this area of concern to confirm that it should be closed to the public. But when I stood here, I remembered where I was. It was the place I used to come to 35 years ago when people thought I was going through a schizophrenic episode. Glyphic sign. The medicine wheel. I brought it here. But before I explain more about... Let me first tell you about this diagnosis of schizophrenia that I could not just walk out of like from a parking lot. Throughout high school, doctors called the dreams I had an illness. And then during college, a guy named Ingo Swann came up to me. He was the one who introduced remote viewing to the U.S. Army. And he explained to me that what I had was not a sickness, but a special skill that is needed in the military. That caught my interest, and the next thing I heard was that two guys from the CIA named Archer and Mann had gotten hold of my records and convinced me to join the Clown Brigade. This was a special unit in the military that, by capacity of their imagination, could find lost aircraft. And believe me, I was not happy doing this job, but I worked there for 5 years, from 1965 to 1970. But when I returned to civil life after all this, doctors again diagnosed me as schizophrenic and classified me 100% disabled. To escape the Spaniards hundreds of years ago. I knew that my grandfather was a Mayan Indian, but I did not know that my father's father was a Pimli Indian, and I did not know that my great-grandfather was married to an Indian woman. I didn't know that until I was like 35 years old, and then it all became clear, and I made a conscious choice to live as a Native American and a shaman. From then on, all fell into place, and I came to understand where my capacities to dream belong. The reason why so many shamans like the desert and other isolated spaces of the world is because the practice is a little different than you and most people understand. You need to have space in order to really digest what is going on.